So I want to output the number of legs it has. Now, we haven't told it how many legs it has, but I just want to see, what are we going to get if I say output Joe.legs? And guess how many legs he has? He has 0 legs because we haven't given him any legs. What do you think his weight is going to be? If I say system out print line Joe dot weight, what's that going to be?
0.0.
It's going to be 0.0. And what about his color?
That will be null.
Okay, good prediction. Now, let's take a look at this code for just a second. We have defined attributes, and we have attempted to access those attributes. And what do you see that's a common denominator here? What are we having to do every single time? We have to say Joe dot, right? We want the legs that belong to Joe. We want the weight that belongs to Joe, because I can create a second horse and call it Tank. I knew a horse named Tank one time. So I'm going to do that. So I'm going to copy all of these. But now I'm going to call it Tank. And we're going to replace all of these with our new horse. So now we have 2 instances of this horse. Now, we didn't have to define a new class, right? We're just using the class again. So now what do we get? We have horse with 36 BAF 30C, and then horse with 530, a different identifier, which tells us it's a different horse. But the beginning value is the same, right? Well, that's code that works. It's just not really interesting. It doesn't really help us out, but at least it shows you this is valid code that works. Let's actually give beginning values to Joe. How would I say, Joe, you're going to be a 4-legged horse? How can I do that?
We can assign the legs, like give a value to legs.
Is this going to work? No. Why is it not going to work?
You have to tell it which horse has 4 legs.
Which horse do you want to give 4 legs, Joe or Tank? You can't just say legs, because legs actually belongs to an object. So you have to specify which object. And that's where you do what? Joe dot legs. And so now when I run it, oh, Joe has 4 legs. How about that? So now we have accessed the attribute legs in 2 different ways: to give it a beginning value, and then to output the contents of that value. So we could continue and say, all right, Joe dot weight equals, what does a horse weigh? 1,000 pounds?
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe. Okay. We'll call it 1,000 pounds. And let's say that Joe dot color is
2,000. The average.
Oh, it's
weight
2,000?
of- Yeah, it's 900
thank you.
kilograms, so it's 2,000 pounds.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate that. What color do we want Joe to be?
Brown.
Brown. Okay. Is that going to work? Let's try it. Whoops. Now it compiled and it ran, but it was the previous compile. What did the error message say? What does that say?
String should be in
Yeah.
double quotes.
String
You
should
got-
be in the
See what it
quote.
says,
You got to
yeah.
put quotes around that string.
Yeah.
This is not recognized as a string. So that's a syntax error when you're typing in a program like this. All right. So let's copy these three down here and change this to tank. And does tank have 4 legs as well? Yeah, I think we'll be nice to tank and not give him 3. But tank is a Clydesdale, so we're going to say he's 4,000 pounds. And let's call him a chestnut. There. How's that? So here we've just populated these fields with more meaningful data. And when we run it, there is our meaningful data.